Thanks so much, Andrew. So wonderful to be here. Hi, everyone. My name is Lauren Duploy, and I'm a director at QuickBooks Associates. We are an accounting firm that's been QuickBooks Pro for more than 20 years and a digital firm for about 6 years. And my passion is definitely helping accountants on their digital journey. So thank you for having me here today.
Hi, I'm Nadine. I am an accountant, co-founder of Ecom Accountants. We are passionate about small businesses, to grow them, get them on the right path. We specialize in the hospitality industry, and we really want to just get everybody on their cloud journey as we move into the new space. And I'm really happy to be here today.
So thanks everyone for taking your coffee break with us. And we're just going to run through 3 really important features that we felt you could benefit from, especially around year end. And then at the end, we've sneaked in a couple of our 4 or 5 top accounting tools that we've given as part of QuickBooks Online Accountants. So make sure to catch that with us at the end. The first thing that I really thought was important, and especially around this time of year, we spend a lot of time planning with our clients for their new financial year. And one of the features that we've given in QuickBooks is this cash flow planner, which we love because we definitely know that cash flow is king. And it's really about helping our clients plan for the next couple of months to make sure that they're managing their finances really well. And this is a great tool that we're given in QuickBooks Online. So what the cash flow does is it gives you a view for 90 days into the future with your clients. So you'll be able to forecast anything that's running through the bank. So QuickBooks is going to use their AI, and it's going to look at past spend and trends, and it's going to populate this cash flow planner for you. So it's going to look at your bank accounts. It's going to look at any invoices, any recurring invoices that you've got, which we love, any of your supply bills that are still outstanding. And then, as I said, all the trends. So it knows that rent's being paid monthly, salaries are being paid, all that kind of stuff. So just a couple of takeaways from this is business finances in one place. So you're always going to know how they're doing. Teach your clients how to use this cash flow. We really spend a lot of time setting this up with our clients and taking them through it so they can run it themselves if they want to. It's teaching them how to master their money, to take control, to own up to their spend. A lot of our clients will say to us, what do you mean I spent 10,000 Rand on entertainment in January? So this is a great tool for them to own up and just take responsibility for it. And then really about planning for the future. So we see lots of cash flow programs out there, lots of apps, lots of other systems also have it. So what makes this one stand out is something that I absolutely love. And it is the planning for the future part. So it lets you add in ad hoc items. So stuff that if they want to plan, they want to bring in new staff, they want to, expand their warehouse, they want to spend money. So this is going to allow you to add an item in and not affect any of your financial reports. So it doesn't have to be a supplier invoice or anything like that. It could just be an idea. It could be something about you're in a management meeting and they're talking about hiring new staff, and you say, great, let's add that in. Let's see how that's going to affect your cash flow for the next 3 months. And for me, this was a game changer when it came to helping our clients make decisions, because we don't want our clients just making decisions, at the drop of a hat. We want them to make informed decisions. And this is a really great tool in order for them to be able to do that. And I also think that it opens up the conversation with us. So we want to make sure that our clients are talking to us about all the plans that they have for the future. And this was a great way for us to make sure that we were hearing it from them. So just on the cash flow, I want to just chat to you about the 3 actionable insights and why it's important. Any of you who've listened to me talk before, I talk a lot about value pricing. And when you look at value pricing, people always come back to me and say, what value added services could we be doing to cover while we're doing value pricing? And for me, this is one of them. This is showing your clients that you are partnering with them, holding their hand, helping their plan. And we've spent we've been back for 2 weeks now. We've spent the last 2 weeks doing this, cash flows, budgets, looking at their next financial year, what changes they need to make, how well it's going. So for me, this is a value added service, and just allowing you to have the conversation. So as I've said, it shows your investment in your client's success, and it keeps you up to date with any changes. There's nothing worse for me. Some of our smaller clients will make these kind of decisions, and the next time we're having a management meeting, there's like 2 new people sitting around the desk, and I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. So we don't want our clients going rogue. We want them to know that we're partnering with them, and that we want to be a part of the decision making. So this definitely helps. Also, that it's just a business finances in one place, no more spreadsheets. We know how much we love our spreadsheets. There's still some that we are trying to get rid of in our practice. So no judgment if you're still using 1 or 2 of them. The cash flow for me was one of the biggest ones that we were using on a spreadsheet. And it was all the formulas, and it was manually inputting information. And I was just like, it's crazy that we're doing this when in QuickBooks, this can all be automated. Information's there. So just, rather use this amazing tool. And then just lastly, it's about planning for the future with your clients. And it's a really powerful tool for you to use for business decisions. So give it a try. It's really easy to use. Don't feel despondent on it. There are some great videos on the page, on your cash flow planner page, and just give it a try and just see how powerful this tool is going to be for you and your client to make some great decisions coming up. So that's me on cash flow. I'm going to hand you over to Nadine, and she is going to show you some amazing reporting tools and how that's going to help you at your end.
Okay, so here we've got some reporting tools in QuickBooks Online Accountant. We've got your standard, your custom, and your management reports, and obviously my favorite is definitely this new performance center. So we're stuck here in the beginning with our favorites. This is where you can put all obviously your favorite reports. You can see here, depending on what your client wants or what you want your client to see. Mine generally is your accounts receivable, your balance sheet, and your profit and loss. But this is generally what you can look for. In your business overview, you've got your basics. You've got your profit and loss, your business snapshot, balance sheet. And this is really nice because it can be really customizable. You can go into detail, comparisons, summaries against totals, percentages. It really is an open field of what you want to do. Then you've got who owes you, simple as that. You've got your sales and customers, then you've got what you owe. So this really gives you a good idea of your different types of reporting. Then you've got obviously your expenses, suppliers, you're managing your VAT, employees for my accountant, and your payroll. So for your accountant, this is really what you're going to use as an accountant. So this is where you find your general ledgers, all your journals, and your different types of trial balances, adjusting journal entries, and the list goes on. So it really depends on what your client wants to see and what you need to use. But if you don't want to go and look through all the tons of reports that QuickBooks Online Accountant has to offer, there is a lovely search functionality. So you just pop in a keyword, balance, for example, and it will give you all the options of the balance reporting that there is to offer. So sometimes I don't want to look up where the general ledger report is, and I'll just quickly on the top search general, and it will pop through all the reporting. So what my favorite tool is and trick with the reporting is, I go into, let's say, the profit and loss, and I go in and manipulate it to how I want it. So if I want to go and say, okay, I want to see this month versus the last 12 months, I go in and do that. And it's a great way to start a conversation with your client, because your client will say, oh my gosh, how did I do over the past 12 months? And literally within, let's say, 5 seconds, you have it at your fingertips. And that is where you can give some really good value added services, as Lauren said, to your clients. This is all reporting in QuickBooks is all about adding those value added services. And coming to tax season, where we at the end of the financial year, this is perfect for creating your financial statements. In our firm, we use this straight from the trial balance right into DraftWorks Cloud, which you'll actually hear about tomorrow. So This is something we use daily, monthly for our clients. Sometimes you can even give your clients weekly reporting. There's so much to offer. Now, if you really like a report and you want to set it, you save it as a custom report. You can schedule that report to send out to your client. So that job is done for you. You don't have to go in and create your reports constantly. Your report is there, and your client literally will think you are amazing. Then obviously we've got, I'm going to switch to the next slide.
Just while you're on that, Nadine, I just want to say sometimes clients are blown away about how easy these reports are to customize. So guys, do not be scared of doing it. You can write your own reports specific to your client's needs, build a pack for them to get at the end of the month. So the reporting tool in QuickBooks is really powerful, and Nadine's literally about to show you my favorite. This next one.
Exactly. And even though it's so easy to pull out, don't undervalue your services. I think us as accountants, we think that because the work is easy, we want to charge less. That doesn't matter anymore. Because it's easier for us doesn't mean the value that we're giving is any cheaper, if I can use that word. So here you can see we've got Lauren's favorite, the management reporting. So you've got your company overview, your sales performance, and your expense performance. And that's what it says. Your company overview is literally what is happening in your company. And these, as you can see, you can export it as a PDF, you can export it as a document, you can copy it, you can edit it, and you can send it. You've got your sales performance, this has all your sales information. You've got your expense performance, and this is all your expenses information. So it's really easy to see, easy to understand. And this can be sent out monthly, however you want to send it. And your clients will really be impressed by these. It's so quick, it's so easy, and it's just so good to show the client some value from your accounting. Because I think we sometimes do all the hard work, but our clients don't really see the value from it. And reporting is one of those ways to show the value of our work. But I think this center, the performance center, is one of my favorites. And the reason I love it is because it's so visual. I've seen from our clients is that they don't always understand those figures, those profit and losses, those balance sheets. They really don't. I mean, I've sent out reports after reports, and clients are like, I don't get it. I really don't get it.
What is it about graphs? Right? It just makes people happy.
Exactly. And with this performance center, you have the ability, it might sound stupid, but you can change it from a bar graph to a line graph. And believe me, it can blow your clients' minds away. This is such valuable information to a client, and you can do this live. I've always seen that demoing the performance center live gives your client a better feeling than just sending it through as a report, for example, because then you start the conversation, then you start the discussion, then you start to say, okay, clearly I'm spending a lot of money on rent. Can we look at the cash flow planner? Can we go further and see why we're doing this? And you've got so many expenses and revenue and gross profit charts that you can add in here that's in graph form that your client will love. And it's easier for them to understand because it's not numbers here, there, and everywhere. It's visual. And our clients as business owners, they're not accountants. So they understand visuals, and it's more appealing to them on their eye. So this is one of my favorites. And you can add up to 25 graphs here. You can chop and change as you want. So really, this is something I love. And for this to be just here in your package, in your accounting toolbox, this is really one of your tools that I completely love. So on reporting, I think start the conversation. It's all about conversing with your client, engaging, seeing how you can make a difference. It's all about growing their business, because as you grow their business, your business grows. You need to add that value. And Lauren is going to take us over, and she's going to show us how inventory and the control of inventory can also save you some money.
The lack of control is some I just want to mention something which is amazing about the performance centers, that this is not available to end users. So yes, this is a tool that QuickBooks literally only gives accountants and professionals. So it's allowing us these tools to upsell our services. So
Exactly.
just take note of that. It's not only for accountants. Right, inventory. For those of you that have clients that do inventory, I hope you don't have as much headaches as we do with clients that do inventory, but I just think that sometimes end users or people that are processing the books don't understand the importance of that inventory has to be 100% correct in a set of books. How many of you have clients that are running negative stock? How many of you have clients that invoice out, you know, one item and then they use the other item to bring in the stock? So really, inventory for us is a nightmare, but I love the tools and I love how easy QuickBooks, you know, makes inventory for us. So I'm going to just talk you through some of the, I think there's 5 steps on how you're going to make your inventory easy for you. So the number one thing that we see as accounting professionals is negative stock. Even though the system warns you when you're about to invoice out something that you don't have stock of, clients really just ignore this and they can go ahead and they can sell it. So the first thing to look at, and we do this on a monthly basis, but definitely around year end, you want to make sure there's no negative stock. What I love is within so what you're looking at on the screen now is the products and services tab. And I love the screen because you quickly visually are going to get, so this client actually didn't have any negative stock, but you would see it immediately. And then you can filter the screen by any of the headings. So we would filter by quantity and you can quickly pick up if anything's in negative stock and get your clients to correct it. We often see that they've just invoiced one item and put the bill against the other, but a lot of the time it's easier for them to sort it out. We always tell our clients that stock count, a physical stock count, is imperative at financial year end. And for our clients that have complicated stock or big stock holdings, we will literally go on site and do it with them. This is chargeable, so this could be part of another service that you're offering them. You know, even if you're putting in a junior of your team to be there just to make sure that it's, you know, being processed properly. And once the stock count is done, we then go ahead and process those stock adjustments into QBO. And once that's done, we then start assessing whether the stock asset account is balancing to your stock valuation. And then we can start looking at some reports. So we spend a lot of time trying to teach our clients about how there is no gray area with stock. So we make very sure that they need to be able to track stock. And if they are, they've got a competent person running it, somebody that really understands what it means when they're putting in a bill, what it means when they're doing a stock adjustment. There's nothing worse. I often go to clients where I see stock adjustments of like 100,000 Rand. So just, you know, be very mindful of it and make sure that your clients are aware of how important it is. And then just on reporting, just to make sure that you're checking your stock valuation against your stock asset account. Now, in an ideal world, those should always balance, but sometimes it doesn't. And it can only be that manual transactions are being posted against your stock asset account. So just make sure that you're not doing that. Anytime that asset account needs to be adjusted, it has to be done through your products and services page where you can just adjust quantity on there. Unfortunately, this can be quite tedious because it is per item, but I think the point is that you shouldn't be doing that many stock adjustments. So maybe that it is time consuming will stop the client, you know, from making some mistakes. So Nadine, I know you work a lot in the e-commerce field. Do you have a lot of clients that have problems with stock? How are you finding your clients handling their stock?
Yeah, so I think what it is that there's obviously sometimes stock goes missing or stock is stolen or or it gets broken or whatever the case is. So yes, in that industry or the retail or e-commerce industry, stock does sometimes go off. So I think that does, in that specific industry, stock counts are important. Yeah. Stock controls are very important. And I think what's so nice about QuickBooks is it does warn you when you've got low stock, as I can see on the screen, or when you're completely out of stock. So that's really nice. And the adjustments really help the clients a lot.
Brilliant. And just a fun fact, well, maybe not so fun, but South Africa, when we were looking at, you know, apps or systems for our clients, South Africa is one of the biggest countries in the world for inventory management, because even small companies, I understand big manufacturing companies, it makes sense, but even small companies in South Africa want to track stock, because we've got a huge issue with theft in South Africa. So it's very common for smaller companies to be able to track stock, and it's very uncommon overseas. So just, you know, that's why we just have a huge problem of theft, unfortunately, in our country. So just some 3 takeaways that I wanted to just highlight with you. So make sure that you are planning with your clients around these deadlines, especially stock out. Some of our clients literally have to close for a day or 2 to make sure they're doing the count properly. So a lot of the time we'll do it for them over the weekend, but just make sure around year end that you are putting in a good plan with them to make sure this will be done properly. And then just stock control at year end needs to be 100% correct. So learn to use the tools that QBO is giving you and the reports in the system, because they really do help. And then just lastly, to take this opportunity for further training for it that your clients need. You know, what was the takeaway from it? Was there a huge adjustment that needed to be done? What did they learn? And then possibly just to open the conversation where, if it's not working in QuickBooks, could a third-party app maybe help them? Because QuickBooks just does, you know, generic stock, but if they needed any advanced stock features, to definitely start looking at third-party apps. Look, for me, some accountants get really freaked out when we start recommending third-party apps, and I know it can be quite scary. If you don't want to be involved in those kind of implementations, reach out. There's tons of accountants that specialize in it. There's tons of companies, when they're maybe not accountants, that could specialize in, you know, inventory or e-com or whatever it is. There are people out there that you can partner with, so don't be scared to recommend something that can work for your client. Right, so just our last page, and what we're really excited about. Nadine and I were talking about, you know, hot tips and tricks. What does that mean for us? And for me, it really is about tools that make our lives as accountants easier. And these are the things that we use literally every day. But around year end, these are by far the top 4 things that you would be using in your clients' books. Go for it, Nate. You can talk about your first 2 favorites.
Okay, so one thing that I think is really good, these first 2 is actually more around the audit side of things. So your voided and deleted transactions. You don't want your clients to go around and just go around deleting transactions or voiding transactions that shouldn't be deleted or voided. That's a big red flag. So QuickBooks accounting tools gives you the possibility to go in and look at these deleted and voided transactions, and then have the conversation with your client and say, why was this transaction deleted, or why was it voided? Because this can have heavy tax implications if they're trying to disguise something, or it was done by mistake. Then what's good is that you can reverse those things and you can correct it. So it's very good to do this at year end, because that's when you have the opportunity to fix things. So this is something we always do at year end, and have the conversation. Again, I'm very big on having engagements and conversations with our clients, and always teach them and put them in the right track, because I think clients also don't really know what's best, or they're not accountants, so sometimes they do make mistakes. So that's where we are to guide them in the right direction. And closing books, also another great audit tool. I'm no auditor, but we do use it for this purpose. It's just so no transactions can be processed in closed financial years, because what you don't want to happen is, once you close the financial year off and you finalize the tax, you finalize the financials, but then a transaction gets posted in that year, and it's going to mess up the books. So that's a big no-no. And it can happen again, especially if your clients are doing the bookkeeping, or your clients are doing the invoices, whatever the case may be. So it's always good to close the books off. And what's nice is that it is password protected, it is secure, so you know that it's closed and it's done. So it's this is 2 of my favorite tools. All of them are actually favorites, but Lauren's going to take us through to the other 2.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't easy to pick. I just want to also touch on that voided or deleted transactions. We know that clients shouldn't, but they definitely do. But what I love about this tool is that it shows you the original transaction. I mean, that for me is amazing. Normally, when you see, like in other systems, if we've seen a deleted transaction, it's deleted. It tells you that there's a deleted transaction, but it doesn't give you the details. And this tool does. It shows you the accounts that were affected, the date. It's
yes.
amazing.
It also shows you who deleted it.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So
sometimes I feel like a school teacher. I completely get it. Okay, so the reclassify transactions. This for me is hands down the biggest time-saving tool we've ever experienced. It allows you to reclassify in bulk any transactions that have gone through the system. It looks at balance sheet accounts by date range per account, or profit and loss income statement accounts by date. You can literally reclassify account, class, location, or VAT code. How many times have we seen our clients put VAT on entertainment and still want to argue with us about it?
Exactly. Or on fuel. Oh, yeah. But we pay taxes on fuel.
So this is such a powerful tool. My team use it all the time. If, you know, when we are going through and just checking our clients' processing, we actually do it from the screen, because then you can just tick, tick, tick 3 or 4 blocks and say, actually, you know, this is consumables and it's not entertainment, and you could just move stuff in bulk. Whereas before you had to go into each transaction. This is a huge time saver. So please try it out, and I promise you'll love it. And I love that it's so that, and you can change accounts and also classes and locations. It's amazing. So just really, I know you'll love it as much as we do. So try it out. And then the last thing is to write off invoices. So, how many years have we spent writing off cents on debtors and creditors? So you do not want to use this tool for any bad debts that you're writing off or any large amounts, because this does not reverse the VAT on any transactions. This is for small, like under 10 Rand, whatever your policy is with your clients or in your practice, just to write off those small amounts. You can bulk tick them and just say what account you want them to go to. And once again, it's all about bulk, automation, fast processing, just to give us, you know, speed up our time. That's very limited over year end. So make sure that you're taking a look at your accountant toolbox. And these are just 4 of the top things that we wanted to share with you. So thank you for joining us this morning. I hope you are as excited as we are for the rest of the sessions. I know tomorrow morning with the app is going to be amazing. Data migration on Friday. Yeah, some interesting stuff coming up. And the last one, which I've signed up for and I can't wait, is the new features.
Me too.
Getting a sneak peek. None of us know. We'll just be on edge. So we hope to see
so excited.
We hope to see you right through to the end of the series. Thanks, Nadine, and thanks everyone for joining us today.
Thanks, Lauren. It's been a great session with you. Always good.
Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nadine and Lauren, for your presentation today. I learned something new every time I see you present, so really appreciate it. In terms of actionable insights I took away, I think Cash Flow Planner is such a powerful tool for future planning. So make sure you know how to use that to drive great conversations this year with clients this year end. If you need assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to the team at EasyBiz, and they'll be more than happy to guide you. Similarly, the Performance Center is an absolute must for your year-end client conversations, and make sure you leverage the graphs to tell the story and aid in planning. A lot of clients are quite visual and they like to see how it actually is works in an interactive format. And finally, make sure you're helping clients plan their inventory, particularly around year-end. It's really important to have accurate stock counts. So yeah, they're my 3 takeaways. So congratulations to today's winners of the 500 Rand e-vouchers, and a quick reminder to collect the code words each day throughout the series for your chance to win an Apple MacBook Air on day 9. So the code words for day 3 is @tax. 2 words, @tax. Just repeating the code words for today, they are @tax. So make sure you write them down in your workbook so that you can compile them at the end of the series. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for day 4, when we'll hear from Henny Deploy from Rain Associates and John O. Williams from EasyBiz to talk all things about data migration. So make sure that you come along to the session, which will be critical as you start moving clients across to QuickBooks this year end. Thank you and have a great day.